From United Nations Television, this is UN in Action.
It's the end of the rainy season in the Gambia, a time when food stocks are normally low. While the men work in the more fertile upland areas, the women here farm rice, usually on very unproductive, degraded land.
In this place, nothing used to grow. Water only accumulated here for short periods. Even the weeds didn't grow well here.
As the fourth wife of an elderly man, Awa Jagne is the main provider for her 6 children. And she says that it's women who often bear the responsibility for feeding their families.
We're responsible for the household's basic necessities like food, school fees, and clothing. That's why when women don't have money, it is always a problem.
But this year, she has nothing to worry about. Unlike many others in the country, she is still feeding her family with last year's harvest. And she's also selling the excess. This is all due to a very simple technology. A number of dikes and spillways like this one have been built here. They now retain the water that used to flow away, making the land far more productive. They were built by a government project that reclaims and develops degraded land to use for agriculture. Nearby, they're also turning swampland into farmland. So far, more than 34,000 hectares have been reclaimed. Funded by IFAD, the UN agency tasked with eradicating rural poverty, the aim is to increase the production of food and people's incomes. And to do this, says the organization's country program manager, Moses Abukari, women must have access to productive land.
The productive land is being utilized by the men. Women don't have any area to farm. So we realize that with simple technology, it's possible to support the country to get more land, and then the women can produce rice because rice is a stable food in the country.
It's not enough for women to just have access to arable land. They also need the funds to develop and expand their production. But commercial banks are reluctant to invest in rural areas.
The commercial bank, one of the reasons that they have said they don't want to go to the rural areas is the high risk of agriculture, because it's seen that agriculture is highly seasonal and there's high risk.
So IFAD supports local village savings and credit associations, which are run by the farmers themselves. Mama Bisise was the 4th person to join her local association. And there are now more than 2,000 members. After regularly depositing her savings, she became eligible for a loan. With her loans, Mama has doubled the size of her land and has bought a donkey and cart to help her transport her increased yields. Not long ago, Mama battled to grow enough food to feed her children. Now, she has more than they need.
Now anytime my family comes, there is food to serve them, even non-family members. I'm happy to serve anyone who comes to my house.
More than 80,000 people like Mama and Awa are now benefiting from farming on the reclaimed land. And as more women gain access to productive land and finances, more families will have food all year round. This report was produced by Joanne Leviton for the United Nations.